Welcome to the very first episode of our brand new campaign, Carnarium, part of a larger series, The Bronze Kingdom. Today, we are starting off with some introductions. I am Joanna. I'm from the TikTok Questies with Besties. You can call me Questy, as the rest of these people tend to do. And let's meet some of these fun people that we're going to be playing with. Jen, do you want to start us off?
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Gael again. So excited she's coming back. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram and hopefully Twitch soon under Cancer Moon Cleric.
All right, Mac.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We've put a lot of work into this. We're super excited about it. My name is Makoto, Mac, or Max, whatever you want to call me. If it starts with a name, I'll probably answer. I stream on Twitch as well, everything under It's Makoto. I'll be playing Torn, a half-elf fighter. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
All right, Ghosty.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ghosty. I don't know where to look right now. I'm playing Ken again, and I'm really excited. Still don't know where to look. You can find me on TikTok at mostly Ghosty Boy, or don't find me at all.
Another option.
Bold choice.
Daniel, take it away.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Danny. I'm the bestie half of Questies with Besties. You can find me nowhere besides Questies with Besties. And I'll be reprising the role once again of Oleg the Colossal.
And Justin.
Hello, I am Justin. I will be playing a Quick Step Monk. You can find me streaming once a year on Justin10 without an I on Twitch.
And Sky Baby.
Last but not least, hi, I am Sky. This is my Twitch channel. I've been playing for a long time. I'm playing Anariel, your local emo girl, and we're here to have a great time.
Excellent. I'm so excited to introduce you to our world and to our kingdom. Are you nerds ready to play D&D? We find ourselves on a sprawling island continent nestled between seas. The mountainous east coast gently tapers into the desert and then the steppe. For 1,000 years, the nation of Olaya has claimed this continent, ruled by a matriarchal monarchy. The diverse population has known a period of peace and prosperity. 800 years ago, the War of Monsters, as it had become to be known, ended with the establishment of 8 ward outposts throughout the northern reaches of the continent. Each outpost hosts the Ward Knights. These are highly respected and impeccably trained keepers of the ward wall, a nearly impenetrable boundary of magic, and the knights and the wards are the only things standing between the unknown monsters of the north and the communities of the south. It is the opposite end of the country where our journey begins. The capital, Calderon, which sits on an island of its own at the southernmost reaches of the country. We find ourselves in a throne room. We see a queen who may be faced with the unthinkable. Because as historians know, an idle population is one ripe for destruction. Well-worn boots may have forged their way up the mountain, but these silk slippers the population currently wears slip easily in the mud. We are in a throne room. Let me pull up an image for you. We see one of the Queen's guards standing next to Queen Severine, the 7th queen of the kingdom of Olaya. This throne room is immaculate. We see glass as far as the eye can see, the ceilings domed. At corners, we see bronze dragons that are decorating almost every surface. The word opulent comes to mind. As Queensguard Ken would know, this throne room and the castle in general was built by the Celestials as a gift, and you can see their fingerprints in the architecture. It stands at a stark juxtaposition to the queen you stand next to, Ken. You know her. You've known her for basically her entire life, having grown up in the kingdom with her, in the castle with her. And not for the first time, you think something about her doesn't fit in the opulence of this room. Right now, you see Queen Severine. You're at your side. She's a tall bronze dragonborn. Uh, although her father is unknown, which is the practice of this court, the practice of this politics, it seems as though her father may not have been a dragonborn. She has a leaner build than that, although she is still very well muscled. Right now, she's wearing matte black leather riding clothes, which again seem kind of a stark juxtaposition to just the grandeur of the room that you're in right now. And something about her energy, her air, it seems as though she wants to be pacing in anxiety. It seems as though something is under her skin. She's holding herself rigid, stiff. She, although has been trained out of this, someone of her stature would know not to pace anxiously. She is still and she is looking absolutely demure, but you know her well enough that you know something is off. As we scan the room, as we see Ken standing at her side, go ahead and tell us, Ken, what do we see when we look at you?
Yeah, Ken is a not super tall but well built male. He wears full armor, all of the adornings that for his station, sword at his side, shield on his back. He stands with a practiced readiness, consistently scanning the room every 5 seconds, never having the queen to his back. Just kind of, even though the room is empty, save for the both of them, there is a drilled in awareness that he always holds. His muscles are always tense. His face shows no emotion. But I think if the queen is like, if I'm noticing that the queen is as agitated as she is, I think he takes a brief look to make sure there is absolutely no one in this room, and he just silently puts a hand on her shoulder.
Excellent. You can tell the moment that you do, she looks back at you with a small smile. For the 4 years now that she has held the throne, you have been by her side the entire time, and she appreciates that you have always been the strength at her shoulder that she needs. As you do this, you consider quickly removing your hand as the telltale crackle of magic as the High Mage pops into existence in front of her. The High Mage is one of the very few people who is granted access to travel in this method within range of the Queen. And as she does, you see this is a tall female elf. She has long white hair that is twisted into a knot on top of her head. She has lavender eyes. Um, and her face is serious. It is set in a grim expression. Who can you know that this is a friendly person, someone who has served at the court for at least 50 years, is very comfortable here. But today her face is different. Something is seriously wrong. And she approaches the queen with a bow. It is confirmed. Again, you see the shoulders stiffen of the queen in front of you. Her head drops for a moment in thought. You see her only nervous tell, her finger tapping on her thigh as she thinks. She looks back to the High Mage. Gather the rest of the council. Have them prepare a sign. Have them sent to every outpost within the kingdom. Find him before he can do any damage. You see the High Mage gives a bow and pops out of existence the same way that she came in. You know now. Yeah, Ken, yes. You have thoughts?
Yeah. So she disappears once again.
Hmm.
There's no one else in the room.
No one else in the room.
Perfect. Ken will turn to her, kind of halfway. Uh, Forgive me for overstepping, my queen.
Proceed. I welcome your counsel.
Did you just send out a bounty?
Indeed, I did. You'll know soon enough. Malakar has defected. At this point, before you can ask any follow-up questions, you hear two sets of footsteps approaching the hall.
Attention.
You hear one light step of silk-clad feet, and then you hear one heavy, confident stride that approaches the slight swish of chainmail armor as we see an elf and her bodyguard enter the room. As we look upon them, Gael, what do we see?
So you would see fairly short, 5'2", petite, with lavender hair, these light, light green eyes, and she is in a gorgeous silk gown, all the way to the floor with purples and pinks and flowers, very elaborate embellishments and lace on her gown.
And standing next to her, Torn, what do we see?
Yeah, so Torn, as he's wearing his chest piece, braces, and leg pieces, while they're adorned with his station, they are also adorned with the runes that he has written himself, runes of power and mystery, sort of across them, adorning his um, uh, chest piece. But also, while he doesn't carry a shield, he does carry a greatsword on his hip, also adorned along the hilt with more runes across them as he strides in and he takes in the surrounding of the throne room. There's sort of a cocky confidence about him as he's playing a royal's game here, but also keeping in mind and making sure to stay behind Gael and doing his due diligence and duty.
As you approach the queen, you see for a moment her eyes flick to you, and Gael, make an insight check for me.
Oh my gosh.
First
roll.
roll of
Oh,
the queen.
nervous. Our first roll, you guys. Okay, we're gonna do
Sets the tone for everything.
D&D Beyond. It's fine. Why am I nervous? We
And actually, you can roll with advantage. You know her really well.
okay, sweet. So the first one, if this takes any long, oh, there goes one. Okay, and then advantage one more time. 18.
18. You can see by the flick of her eyes, she forgot that she asked you to come to the throne room. She quickly recovers, though. Gael, I intended to have tea with you before your departure, but unfortunately, circumstance has made it so that I will not be able to attend you today. I did want to thank you for your service, though.
Gaia will curtsy and say, I completely understand, Your Majesty. Yours is a duty that is never ending. I will miss our time together.
It can be lonely on the throne, but she looks down. You must miss your family terribly, I'm sure. You're very excited to get back to them.
I am very excited to get back to my people and to my duty. However, for the past 50 years, I've been here. My family is here as well.
She gives you a small smile at that. And she seems to come to a decision with with that, having been counted among your family. She looks up to you. Again, you see the nervous tapping of that finger. Malakar Voidbreaker is no longer among us.
At the
What
mention
really-
of Malakar, at her saying that, Torn is very going to kind of visibly straighten up and take notice of this.
As all of you would know, all three of you in the room, Malakar was given the name Voidbreaker when there appeared a void in the wards, in the ward wall of the north. None of the mages, none of the high mages were able to close this void, and they were worried that it was going to expand and potentially bring down the ward wall entirely. Malakar had been making a name for himself, and he came to lend his services. When he did, he was able to close the void in the wards, therefore earning his name Malakar Voidbreaker, and therefore also establishing his position in the royal favor and on the royal court of mages. So all of you would know that he is a very high-level mage in the court, and that his defecting is a large security risk for the kingdom. And the queen continues. Gael, I tell you this because we believe he has knowledge that will bring down the wall, bring down the wards. It is likely the North has not forgotten that it was your people who helped us so long ago in the War of Monsters. Your people will need to be ready.
Absolutely. I'll make haste to the Western Kingdom, grab my replacement, and return to my people and ready them.
The queen meets all of your eyes. I trust this will not go further than it must.
Of course not.
I'll just give a slight head nod to that.
Your Majesty, if I may have a moment with Torin.
She gives a nod and takes Gael, links arm in arm, and the throne room is large. They stay in the throne room, but walk about the perimeter.
I think when they turn around, when they finally turn around and aren't within earshot, Ken's shoulders will droop a little bit, and he'll look at Torin. Brother, are you
I'll be okay.
okay?
We have a duty. Regardless of his choices, we have our oath to uphold. My only question is why.
Yes, that is the question on, I think, all of our minds. Just don't do anything rash.
I will hold my temper. Well, as I said, duty first.
Yes.
Answers later.
Keep her safe on her journey, and I will update you when I know more.
Very well. Stay safe yourself. The repercussions of this could be larger than we think, but we'll make it through. Again.
Could be fun. And I will walk with him back over to the Queen and Lady Gael.
Excellent. Seeing you approach, the queen looks back to Gael. Seeing as these circumstances have changed, I feel the need to add to your escort. I was happy with Torn guiding you to the Western Kingdom before, and now she looks at Ken. Ken, would you mind adding to her escort?
Ken breaks completely and will look at Gael and have for a moment just very hopeful features, but then will school them quickly and turn back and go, Your Majesty, I have to decline. Your protection is of the utmost, especially with what has occurred.
I have 7 other Queen's Guards for a reason. I know you and Gael are close, and her safety, hers is the one at risk. We're well guarded here in the castle. She's going to be in Altura until her ship arrives. I'd sleep better knowing that you were at her side.
I have no arguments. I will do as you wish.
She gives you a bit of a wry smile, and says, I was going to have to order you otherwise.
At that, Jordan's gonna kind of throw a side glance at his brother, maybe throw like an elbow and rib him a little bit.
Conduct yourself.
Again, the queen is relatively young. She's 27, I believe, and so again, you can see her. She's been trained not to show much emotion on her face, but she knows all of you so well that there is a slight up tilt to the corner of her mouth at the brother's behavior.
Fear not, Ken. We will make haste and you will be back by the Queen's side very quickly.
Well, seeing as I'm being charged with your protection now, I will have to go over what my brother has already come up with for your protection and the trip itself, and double check that there's no holes in his plans.
You may want to wait on that. As she says that, you hear heavy footfalls coming from the hallway. And the queen looks at you. Ward Knight Oleg, as I'm sure you've seen these past 2 weeks as he's been here, he was also planning to depart today, heading back north to the wards to Outpost Vacal. He was planning on going through Altura anyways. I've asked him to accompany you to add to your retinue. He will depart once you have boarded your ship. And when we look to the doors of the throne room, we see a massive half orc. Describe what we see.
Okay, one glance at the hulking frame of Oleg, and you have no doubt in your mind as to why they call him affectionately Oleg the Colossal. Standing at nearly 7 feet tall, this hulking, if he is truly a half orc, he is more likely 3/4 orc. Sort of like dark green skin, jutting square jaw with tusks protruding slightly over his top lip. And he's wearing the unmistakable heavy bronze plate armor of the Ward Knights. You can see this armor almost ancient, likely forged at the first founding of the Ward Knights, passed down from fallen Battle Brother to Battle Brother, etched into it oaths taken by them. Both the oaths of the Ward Knights overall, but oaths taken in battle, oaths taken in moments of conflict. And you can see as Oleg strides into this room, there's a confidence to him, but a fish out of water. He is not used to being in the courts, and it shows. As he walks in to Gaia, "Milady, Ken,
Oleg.
your grace," and he kind of does a bow curtsy.
She gives you a slight incline of her head.
I believe you sent for me previously.
Indeed, I'd like you to join the escort of Lady Gael, seeing as you're traveling to Altura anyways. And with the recent incidents, I should feel better to have her well protected.
As you wish, your grace.
She will then give you the overview that the other 3 have already received of Malakar's defection so that you as well know who to be looking for. Now, I must attend to meetings. We are preparing a portal for you, and you would all know that portal travel is possible between the major cities of the realm, but it is highly regulated and it is very difficult. It takes multiple mages holding a portal, and the capital city that you are on only has exit portals. No one can actually portal into the capital city. Ken, your father, is the one who implemented that as a rule. For the queen's safety and for the safety of everyone in the capital. So this portal is being prepared for you. It will take you right into the heart of the city of Altura, which is the port city where a ship is coming to pick up Gael. Queen, making sure that she has given you all the information you need. In the case that your ship is late, we have reserved rooms for you at the Queen's Arms. She takes your hand now, Gael. You will be truly missed. You can see.
She squeezes her hands and she's trying to maintain composure, but she tears up a little bit and she looks at the queen and says, "Your Majesty." And then a little quieter, Severine. We will see each other soon. It will be okay. And you will always, always be in my heart. And she'll lean in. And it's not very etiquette like, but she will lean in and give her a kiss on the cheek.
Your hands feel a warm squeeze in return. We will meet again in happier times.
Of course, of course. This time will pass. Not to worry. We have much to do, many preparations to make. Ken, I trust that you will handle everything.
Of course. My queen, a word before we depart.
Of course. She gives a nod of dismissal to the others.
Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace. Oh,
Torin, I will catch up with you.
I'll see you near the portal. Lady Gael, if you're ready.
Absolutely. And she'll walk out.
Speak freely,
Sorry.
Ken.
My queen, Severin. I trained the 7 members of the Queen's Guard specifically to be able to hold the mantle while I am gone. That does not mean that I trust them implicitly.
She tilts her head, raising a brow slightly.
Be on your guard, regardless of the protection you may have. And please remember, the weight of the crown is far less than the will of your heart.
He gives you a firm-lipped nod at this, almost trying to convince herself of that. But you can tell that she has taken your words to heart.
And will bow by your leave, and he will turn and follow them to the portal.
Excellent. Anything you guys want to do before you make it to the portal?
Yeah, I want to find those Queen's Guards.
All right, sounds good.
About this.
You know exactly where to find them, seeing as you are the one who makes their schedule and their rotation. So you know where basically each and every one of them would be at this point. Is there any specific one that you'd like to try and approach?
Oh, I want all of them in front of me. I want every single one of them lined up.
All right. It takes a good half hour to get everybody from wherever they're at. But eventually you see them and you see again the pristine posture that you have rigidly made them adhere to. You can see there are several Asimar amongst the Queen's Guard, and their wings are tucked tight as they are standing at attention. And it is a group that you can look at and feel proud of. They are holding ready for you.
At ease. It seems that I have been called away. Protect Our Lady Gael. In my absence, you will be charged with protection of our queen. And if a single, and I mean a single thing happens to her while I am gone, I will hold the 7 of you personally responsible. And I will not be stopped until every single one of you is brought before me and tried for your crimes.
Insight check.
Oh no! Oh no! Good. Thought that was my. Nope, not good. 9.
9.
Still good.
They look serious about this. They follow orders. They have had to in order to get to this elite position, and they are heeding your warning. You
Do
see
me
one of
proud.
them. There is a male elf who lifts his eyes to yours. If we may, sir, what is the purpose of your mission? Why should you be called away?
I think Ken is going to. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm being called away to protect a high detail client. Personally, from our queen.
His eyes drift slightly in thought as he thinks that it's a slightly strange request for the head of the Queen's Guard to be sent somewhere else. But he takes your word and just gives you a solemn nod.
There's got to be one of them that I trust more than the rest. I don't think I'll dismiss them all except for him, and just I want persistent progress reports on all the others as well as from yourself. I do not know how long I will be gone for, so let's aim for every 3 days if possible. That way, I know if something has happened, I may have some warning ahead of time.
Indeed, I'll have one of the mages send word every 3 days.
Thank you. Dismissed. And
Gives
I'll go
you a
find
nod.
Torin.
All right. You know right where to find him, Torin. I assume you are packed and ready.
Yeah, at this point, Torin has sort of grabbed his bag of things. Traveling and having to work a protection detail. He travels fairly light, but he has his utensils to make sure he can carve his runes and his books of practice, and just his simple bedroll stuff. And he's waiting near the portal room with Lady Gael, just continuing to keep an eye on her and again follow his duty, as his brother said, especially here in the castle.
Brother, Lady Gael.
Ken.
Am I with these people at this point?
Do you have to pack still?
I imagine I'm packed pretty light. Everything I have is on my horse.
Then you are. I don't think the horse is going through the portal.
It's a spectral horse. I can make more.
Okay. And
Nah, the horse is going through.
You are.
Horse 1, you did your duty. and I dismiss you with great sadness in my heart. And I drop the spell, and all of my shit clatters to the ground. Oh fuck!
Sir Oleg,
Okay.
did you just
Oleg,
kill
please.
your horse?
Yeah, but this was like I'm not going to summon more. It's not a big thing. We weren't close. I think they had this model for like I don't know, maybe a week.
Oleg, mind your tongue.
I named him Epona. What are we gonna do without him?
Orin, conduct yourself, please.
Sorry.
What is
Have
happening?
a sense of humor.
Sense of humor is. We're still within the castle walls. Please conduct yourself in an appropriate manner, especially around the
Very well.
lady.
I mean, I'm with Torin on this one. I feel this place is a bit on the stuffy side. All due respect, my lady. But the faster you get me away from all this pomp and circumstance, the better off we're going to be.
Hmm. I see.
Are you about ready, Ken? Do you have all your items?
Yes, I am prepared as I can be. Oleg, please, after you.
I mean, I have to pick my shit up, but you know, I'll catch up with you guys. It's fine.
No, let me help you. No, let me. Starts to try and pick up whatever heavy crap you have.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my.
that is the spear breastplate. This is just in case I lose this one.
Keep a
Is the
spare.
portal- Is the portal ready?
The portal is ready. Yep.
Gaia walks through.
Oh, by the
I'm-
gods,
I'm
Torin
going.
with her.
I'm going. I'll quickly chase off behind
I mean,
her.
I could probably leave like most of the shit behind, actually. Yeah.
I very well. I will. I'm sure one of the workers will come by and pick it up, and we can get it. I can mail it to you, I suppose.
No need. Like I said, it's basically shit. The only good stuff I have is the stuff I'm wearing. So
Well, then this is littering at that point. You know what? Let's go. Let's depart.
As you walk towards the portal, you see that there are three mages, two on either side of this now glowing oval-shaped portal. They have their hands out, and you can kind of feel the magic that's pulsing off of them as they are holding this glowing light blue sphere. And Gael is long gone. You assume that she is already in the city of Altura, who would have been prepped for this travel, scene as it was planned in advance. And the rest of you go through. Ken and Oleg, you're going through.
yeah, I'm just sort of like dragging the remnants of the shit that I decided to bring. Whole axe over my shoulder, and it's kind of like, yeah. Honestly, the second I get through that pool, I'm making horse too.
Of course. I'll look to the mages. And there's a brief moment where Ken is just looking at the magic that they're doing and is very interested. And shakes his head and goes, "Thank you. It is appreciated." And he'll walk through behind Oleg.
Fair travels, sir. And they give you the appropriate bow for your station.
Ooh, yeah, Ken ignores that.
All right, as you disappear into the ether, we are switching to the port city of Altura, where we find ourselves no longer in a throne room, but instead at a tavern called the Queen's Arms. Most of you would know. You know what? No, we're gonna roll for it. Rush and Anariel, give us a history check.
Roll it, baby.
I got a nat 1 for 3.
Gosh.
Wait,
Right.
like a expanded
That makes sense. You're from a small village, you wouldn't know.
Oh my god. First nat one. I'm writing it down.
Get it out of the way now.
15.
Rush?
15.
Ooh.
Anariel, you know that the Queen's Arms, the name, is a play on words. As you look at, there is a wrought iron sign that is holding this swaying wooden sign, and the emblem for the Queen's Arms is an armored green fist. And you know that the Queen's Arms is kind of the colloquial nickname for the Queen's infantry, which is made up mostly of Orcish soldiers. So the Queen's Arms is kind of a nod to that as the name of this tavern and inn. This is a pretty nice one. This is where the wealthier patrons would come when they are in town. It's very well kept. You see the smell of spices as you walk through the door. You can see that the wood is rich and well cared for. There is a hearth on one side that is currently laid bare. There's nothing in the hearth right now. You do see behind the bar, you see a large male orc, and then you see presumably his wife, who is bustling from table to table, taking different orders. As you two, Rush and Anariel, are walking in, what do we see, Rush?
So Rush is very small, standing at a whopping 3'11", with a red gi that kind of cuts on his like at his elbow. Wearing some high boots that or that is over his gi, like at his legs, and it's all kind of like just baggy and sort of baggy and just worn. His boots are very worn, and he has some like leather straps and a little bit of messy black hair, kind of like mine. That's Rush.
Excellent. And standing next to him, Anariel, what do we see?
Nario is standing at 5'4". She looks like a relatively young high elf, except she has paler looking skin and kind of a reddish eye color. Um, she is wearing all black clothes and just is kind of sticking to Rush's side.
Excellent. As soon as you walk through through the door, there is a posting board that is right next to it, and you can hear and feel the sizzle of magic as you walk by. And you notice that a poster sizzles into existence on this posting board, and you see the face of a man. It's a middle-aged man. He has what appear to be the creases of laugh lines around his eyes. He has cropped hair that's a light blonde color, and you see the name Malakar Voidbreaker over the top of it. This is a human male, and you know that the sign is made from magic. It looks almost like the ink is wet, but you know that if you ran your finger over it, it wouldn't smear. And you also know that it is likely that this same poster popped into existence throughout the entire continent at the same time that this was sent forth. And so you see Malakar's name, and you see that he has defected and that he is wanted by the crown um, for a very large reward of 20,000 gold pieces. Russian and Ariel, where are you headed?
Rush, do you need some food? Are you hungry?
No, not right now. I'm all right.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to sit down for a little bit? Is there any
Yeah.
like music playing anywhere? Or
There's no music right now, but it's relatively busy. It has almost like an air of its own of just this bustling midday afternoon crowd. You can see that there is what appears to be a boy in his late teens that looks like he must be the son of the couple, and he has a face that just accepts people to talk to him. And is just open, and he's joking with the patrons, the type of person who would just make you feel at home.
Rush, go talk to that guy. You're better at the people
What?
things. I don't know. Maybe we can learn something. I don't know.
You said the magical poster made a sizzle noise.
Yep, it sizzled into existence.
Do you know who that is?
It doesn't look familiar. I don't think so. Do you?
No, but it's someone that we can help. And for you, you get gold.
That's true. We could.
One-
I wonder what he did. 20,000 gold. That's pretty hefty. I
He has
feel
to be
like.
important. He has to be important. We should probably. I mean, we can offer our aid, so hopefully. Can I try to like grab it?
You you can try if you want to.
I'll pick him up.
As you reach for it, the whole thing is just made of magic. There's really nothing to grab.
Does it say somewhere where we should meet?
If you look at the bottom of the poster, it just says, if you have any information on this man, do not approach. Find some royal member to discuss it with, somebody affiliated with the crown. You would know that in each of the major cities would be different military positions that are stationed there that you could approach with information.
Interesting.
Why don't you go talk to that guy?
What, that guy?
Whoever you were pointing at. I wasn't looking at that.
Come on. And she'll bring him over to the guy that looks the most social around here.
As you are walking towards him, Anariel, you hear a familiar voice in your head, and the familiar purr of his words. Don't go getting any ideas, darling.
Any ideas about what? What are you talking about this time?
You hear a laugh caress your mind.
Motherfucker.
Language.
I have the language thing on. It's fine. And yeah, she'll just mumble that. Rush can hear it. He's used to it. And she'll just keep walking.
All right. You can see you're approaching the orc.
Yeah.
All right. He is setting plates on a table, and it appears that whoever he is serving just finished a joke, and he is laughing along with the table. He sees that you're approaching, kind of looks over his shoulder with a raised, like, inquisitive brow.
Hi. So, hi.
Hi.
Hi. The poster thing that just, fizzled about over there. Do you know who that guy is?
Did we get some news? I haven't seen it yet. I've been in the back with my brother.
That makes sense.
But
It's like,
I could take a look if you're interested.
yeah, could you take a look? Some more information would be great.
You can see he's relatively tall, so he just kind of like peeks over the crowd. Malakot, and he worked for the queen.
That would make sense why it's so high, Rush. Queen's
But-
person.
Are you guys looking for a table or anything?
Rush, are you hungry? Do you need food?
I don't need food right now, but I can eat. Yeah, sure.
Oh, but you've got to try it though, because my brother is a really good cook. Isn't that right, Varn? And you can hear almost the identical voice echo back. And he says, "You know I can't fucking hear you."
That'll get a smirk out of an Ario. I guess we'll take a plate for the little guy here. Please and thank you.
He gives a pleased nod and heads back to the kitchen.
And we'll find an empty table.
I told you to
All
stop
right, there
calling
is
me
one.
that.
I'm sorry. It's just habit.
And as you are sitting at your table, we will head back over to the portal where our heroes just stepped through.
I step through, pulling my shit, and as promised, immediately begin casting the spell to
Wait.
summon.
Oleg, wait, maybe not inside. I don't.
Listen, it's not even a real horse. It doesn't shit, it doesn't eat, it doesn't piss
Oleg.
often. Listen, do not break my concentration. It is taking everything in me to spawn this thing, so horse to and you guys see a black horse begin to materialize out of the gloom. It appears like semi-corporeal, semi-spectral, almost like oil on water, like the shimmer of oil on water. I shall call him Horse Tua, and he shall be a good horse until he dies, and I'll make a new one. So, where are we going?
Gaia will look at Ken.
He can't give him orders. He's not under my jurisdiction. He's more than welcome to create horses inside buildings all he wants.
Ghastly. And it's just bad manners, Ken.
Well, I mean, this is kind of like the time me and Torin led a bunch of cows into the local church just to see. I'll tell you about it later.
I do love your
That
story.
was a good one. That was quite a bit
It
of fun.
was quite fun, yes. Is anybody hungry?
I mean, I can always eat.
Okay.
Actually, I had a sack full of ores divorce from the back of the castle, but I left it in the sack that I left on the floor. Which is honestly sort of a shame because the cooking up at the wards is sort of crap.
Well, maybe we can.
D'oeuvres? Or d'oeuvres? Oleg?
Yeah, the fancy little foods. Served on a big platter, you might eat like 18, 19 of them in a sitting.
Gaia walks off.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry if you're paying, Ken.
I suppose I can treat my little brother to a meal every now and then.
Thanks. You're too kind. You're too kind. Let's go.
Should we go
Shall
to
we?
the Queen's Arms? And
I heard they had good food. Hell of a cook back there.
Well, Ken, I didn't mention it back there because the Queen was there and everything, but sort of interesting that she called in additional help on this, wouldn't you say? And then when it came time to call in additional help, she, her name was probably in the top 3 to 7 names that came to her mind. Ken?
Lady Gael is a high-profile target, especially now with the current affairs of the kingdom. I'm sure Her Majesty thought through every possibility and chose the right people for the job.
I was one of those people. And then I slap.
I trust you'll do your due diligence, Knight Oleg, to protect. Do your best on this
Tone
arduous
it
mission
down,
on a ship.
Torin.
Oh, I, in a dramatic pause, always do due diligence, bruv.
Gael's gone. Gael has walked off. She walked off
Son of a...
minutes ago.
See, Torin, this is why you don't stop paying attention to your charge. She's gone.
I'm sure she's close. I'm gonna like try to, as I look out and try to like scan the crowd for Gaia.
She's little.
Oh, milady, wait up.
She'll look back and walk faster.
I imagine though, with my stride against your 5'2" stride, that I quickly overtake you.
Oh my.
Uh,
Ken.
so
Ken.
we have not been properly introduced. He's way out back there. He's barely even paying attention, from what I can tell. He's
Torrin, you
very
have to be
off-putting.
more respectful.
Anyways, we have not been properly introduced. I am Brother Oleg of the Wood Knights. You can call me Oleg the Colossal. A lot of people do. Or just Oleg, or just the Colossal. It's not like a family name. It's sort of like a given type. Doesn't matter. I want you to know that you are perfectly safe in my most capable, strong, large hands.
Oleg. We've met before. In the
Well,
past.
but that was like with all the extra decorum of the courts. This is like us on the streets on an adventure together. Your life in danger, me, the only one who can keep you safe.
No.
I'm
Absolutely.
a pretty, I'm a pretty good knight, Oleg.
What's that?
Uh,
Down there?
I-
Oleg, this isn't
I'm a
this
pretty
isn't
good.
a fable.
I'm not even that short. I'm a pretty good knight. I think I can do this. I think I can do my job.
Oh, I mean, you
You know,
guys are
I was
gonna
just
be great.
distracted.
Well,
Lady
maybe again,
Gael,
Ken.
we are. I must implore you to please stay within the vicinity of one of us for the duration of our trip. I know that sometimes proper etiquette dictates that you step away from a situation, but perhaps find one of us who is not involved in the situation and take us with you.
The long-windedness of this group already has extended this journey longer than I intended it to be.
Of course, of
I
course.
swear to God, I get that a lot.
Yes. He's riding a ghost horse, Ken, right next to me. Right next to me.
Gael, we'll be on the ship shortly. It's on its way. It's not going to be that much longer. Let's go get a bite to eat, and we'll be on our way.
Torin, formalities
But
are meant for
audacity.
a closer company.
Lady Gael, the ship will be here shortly. I hear the Queen's Arms has some wonderfully delicious food. Let's go grab a table in the meantime and enjoy the atmosphere of the city before we are stuck on such a ship for a time being.
Let us hope that they have wine, Torin. Let us hope.
I'm sure we can find some.
And she will march on, trying not to look at the horse's rear, so close to her face.
It's spectral. It can't even check. Oh, I went over the.
Like, mind your tongue and
So
your
we did not
horse's
say
rear.
horse. I guess stay, horse. Be a good horse too, or I will unsummon you so fast it will make your spectral horse head spin.
Ken,
Let's leave him
Yeah.
parked on the
Yes,
street.
milady.
please. Please.
Of course. Oleg, would you ride ahead and make sure that the road is clear for our passage to the Queen's Arms?
Oh, I could do that.
It's appreciated.
I'll just run a quick perimeter check and I'll be right back.
Mm.
Oh,
Right. So,
Head into the Queen's Arms.
Yes.
yeah.
Quickly.
Perfect.
Quick.
As you approach, you see the exterior of the building, and you see it's a stately combination of weathered stone and sturdy oak. You notice the sign hanging above the doorway with the armored green fist on it. You notice that there's small details of carved dragons throughout. Looking fancy, Gael.
We gotta hydrate everybody. That's why.
I almost unhydrated.
I just spilled tea in my mouth, so I hope it was worth it.
Oh no.
Just so good.
We're doing great.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
And you, as you approach, we are going to head back inside where a bell will toll, and you will see a strangely large half orc, followed by a strangely short elf entering the room, and then 2 armored brothers.
So menacingly.
That's that's an interesting thing they got going on there. I
Ken,
wonder
see if
I wonder if she and him are together, because that'd be really hard. That'd be like you and God. That'd be hard.
I
I'm
guess I never
assuming we
really thought
can't
about
do
it like
this.
that.
I mean, you guys can make a perception check if you want
I
to see if
want
you
it
heard it.
so badly.
I want
I'm
to so
I'm,
badly.
I'm so down, please.
It's a
Oh,
19.
Oh, you
it's a
heard
19.
it. Yep, you heard it.
I got a
I'm
5.
gonna casually
Oh god, they're coming over here.
Oh
walk
shit.
over to the table.
Yeah, I got a 22 on that.
Oh, you heard it too. Yep.
You would do well to mind your manners, friends. You're in the presence of a lady.
I mean, most people. I'm pretty sure half the population is a lady, but okay.
Well,
He
I mean,
means a lady of political standing.
that
Oh.
is exactly what I was about to say.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate that. Didn't care.
Ken,
And
what
who, who are you, my tiny little pet? I feel like I'll pick you up and put you in my boot.
Oh god.
Oh,
You can't.
I feel something.
And I mean that in the
Going down my
most
leg.
complimentary way imaginable, just to be clear.
I assume that was addressed to Rush.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, whoa.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to go.
We were at the same table.
This is Rush.
Hello.
I'm pleased to meet your acquaintance. I am Sir Oleg of the Ward Knights. And I thrust a massive gauntleted fist down to shake your tiny hand, Rush. Well, strong grip.
My hand's broken.
No.
is Nariel sitting down?
Yeah, she's.
Ken will sit down across from her and say, apologies for the intrusion upon your evening and for, well, I guess the political corrections that were done. My name is Ken Locktooth. He'll hold out his hand.
Nice to meet you, Ken. And she'll shake it back.
Can I know your name?
She'll kind of look you up and
My name's
down.
Rush.
That's Rush.
A
Yeah.
pleasure, Rush.
I'll plop down from my seat and I'll just run over there really quickly. Nice to meet you.
Ah, yes. The pleasure is mine.
That's Rush. I'm an Ariel.
Rather quick.
I run. You have no idea. Look your armor.
Where did he go? What?
Thank
he,
you. I
He does that.
appreciate I've worked hard on it.
Oh, my group here. This is Brother Oleg of the Ward Knights, Torin Locktooth, Rune Knight, and this is Lady Gael.
Gael had walked.
That was Lady Gael.
I'll find her.
Thank you.
I'm
Is it-
like slowly climbing on Oleg's shoulders. So do y'all know that Malachite guy?
Rush, we've talked about this.
I'm gonna pretend like this is a
Do I
totally
hear
thing
this
to do
as I
because
walk away?
Perception check.
What do you wish to know about the Voidbreaker?
12.
Oh well, I mean,
Just out of earshot. You
That'd-
hear him talking, but not enough that you'd be able to actually understand the words he's
how
saying.
can I ask really quick before we get how much do we know about Malachar Voidbreaker?
Did you not read your fact sheet?
I
Did
mean, I
you
did
not
read
read
my
your
fact
fact sheet? Dang.
Right, okay.
Oof.
Well, he has a -1 intelligence. You can't really blame him.
That's true. That's true.
Oleg
Technically,
wouldn't
it's
have read
out
the
of
fact
character
sheet.
to read the fact sheet.
It's
he's
true.
in character. in real life?
all day.
I just
So,
asked because
Oleg-
the magical sign.
Oleg, you would know that he serves under the queen. You wouldn't have met him. And then you would also know
That he closed the rift.
that he closed the rift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I meant like we wouldn't know what he did wrong. Like we just know he defected.
All you know is he defected.
That was
Another
Malachar
thing
is.
is, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, please. After you.
I was gonna say, as I wander off, I would like to, as he's looking for Gael, would he notice Malakar's poster on the board?
Perception check with advantage.
benevolent DM.
Benevolent.
He knows his face.
Thank you,
it would
DM.
draw.
Thank
That
you.
would be a
Great.
23.
Thank you,
Yep.
Daddy.
Yeah, your
Um,
eyes are drawn to it. You know this face really well, and so it you almost double take when you see it out of the corner of your eye.
If I see it like that, I will. Torn's going to sort of stop his search for Lady Gael and walk over to the board and just sort of take in this wanted poster for a moment before continuing on.
The Malachar is a relatively high individual within the Queen's Court and is missing currently. And any information on his whereabouts, even delivering him to the kingdom, would fetch a hefty reward. Do you have any such information?
Not yet.
Just know I can help find.
You wouldn't lie to us, would you, boy? Boy, are you a boy or are you like an adult male?
Oleg, that is a full adult.
Really?
Yep, I'm an adult. Yep.
Well, that is, I feel so stupid about it, but I'm just going to blaze on through the situation. Bulldoze through the awkwardness. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, full grown person?
No, that's nope.
Can I inside check him?
You can.
That's what's up.
X vision is based on movement. What did that just say?
That just said
You can't
Oleg's
be too
vision is
careful
based
these
on
days.
movement.
What?
Chat said Oleg's vision is based on movement.
Oh my
twelve.
god.
Seems pretty trustworthy to you.
Yep, he checks out. This one checks out. We're done here.
If we can. help.
Carnarium,
Yes,
Mhm.
can.
I want to apologize for interrupting your evening and invite that should you and your companion Rush find out any information regarding the Voidbreaker, please deliver it as quick as possible to the local offices. I hope you have a good evening, and as a apology for everything that has happened in the last few minutes, I'd love to pay for your and Rush's meal.
No, thank you. You can pay for rushes, but I am good. Appreciate that though.
I mean,
Of course.
technically, she interrupted our evening because she was making, and I don't want to make a big deal about it, Ken, but she was making sort of like sexual allegations about me and the Lady Gael. Pretty crazy, Ken, Pretty crazy, Ken.
Crazy.
Oleg, could I speak to you for just a quick moment off to the side, if at all possible? Please, both of you, enjoy your evenings. Come with me.
Right, well,
Oh,
That was
sorry.
interesting.
I'll get off. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
Get off.
Oleg.
He's still on your shoulders.
yeah.
Oleg, sometimes, when we overhear conversations that we're not a part of, even though they are regarding ourselves or those we are with, it is sometimes best to keep out of them, if only just to either save face or to, dissuade further engagement with other people who we may not want to engage with. I don't know if you noticed, right? But that woman's teeth were sharpened, and as much as I am not one to judge other people's appearances. Sharp teeth equal sharp tongue.
May I see if I notice such
Yep.
things?
Yep.
14.
You probably thought that they were just like extra sharp canines, not that they were particularly.
I assume that she just eats a steady diet of burnt toast. Builds the sharpness of the canines. What drew me in though more was the insinuation that she had made about myself and the lady Gaia, which I don't know if you heard her, but it was
No, unfortunately, I didn't hear, but I mean, just maybe in the future, because we are operating as a group, we discuss, how we move forward as a group first.
right. Yeah. Yeah, copy that.
I do want to thank you, though, for defending Lady Gael's honor, as well as your own. That is important and commendable of a knight of your station.
Yes, war knights, we are nothing if not commendable, respectable, chivalrous.
Are you, by any chance, bound by a celibacy? Is that why you're so against?
Are you bound by celibacy?
Well, no, but I'm not very familiar with your orders code of conduct. I don't know.
It was not in the manual anywhere. Rest assured.
Okay, hey, once again, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't, an issue because of that, or if it was just about your honor. No worries, no worries. I'm not interested or anything either. I need to make that very, very clear.
I mean, you would snap in half like a toothpick.
Absolutely, you would break me far quickly.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go that way, and I'll go this way to search
Oh,
for Gael and Torin?
Absolutely love to end this conversation as quickly as humanly possible.
Perfect, perfect. I will see you later.
I'm just gonna stand planted right here and try to sort of let the awkwardness wash off.
Yep. I'm gonna walk it off. What I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
I'll stand right here.
Yep, perfect. You stay right there. All right, and Ken will just walk away.
Gael, what are you doing?
Gael has gone to the tavern keep and announced herself, since none in her party seemed willing to do so. And she will say that they have a reservation, and she needs the rooms and the table and a bottle of your finest wine, cheese, and figs post haste.
And you see the large male orc behind the counter. He wipes his hands off on the apron that he has. Oh, Lady Gael, we have been expecting you. We have your rooms prepared. And as he's speaking, he's trying to get his wife's attention to be able to take you to the tables that have been prepared for you. Um, Perhaps while you're waiting, and you can see he's starting to panic, he was not the one expecting to talk with you. He is kept behind the bar, and he is the drink pourer. And he looks down, and as the drink pourer, he gets an idea and takes out his finest bottle of wine and pours you a glass of wine. Uh, Here you go, milady, and I will send Gruthka to you as soon as she's free.
Excellent, thank you. And she'll take her cup and find the nearest table that doesn't look too terribly dirty.
This is a well kept establishment, so everything is impeccable condition. And there is about 2 tables that currently don't have any patrons at them.
She'll stand there for a moment, look around, and say, "Suppose I pull out my own chair," and pull her own chair out and have a seat with her wine.
All right. Anyone who is wearing an emblem of the queen or any thing that would suggest that you work for the royal household, make a perception check. So probably just the three knights.
12.
11.
Jeez.
19.
Oleg, you notice that there is a gnome who is kind of eyes darting between the three of you.
Okay. And this is because I'm standing very still in the room, so I have a lot of time to like look around the crowd because I'm not doing anything, waiting for the awkward to wear off.
Oleg, standing very still, trying to forget an awkward encounter with Ken, saw a gnome whose eyes were darting between the three armored males in the room. This gnome that you see, he's about 3.5 feet tall, as is typical. He's got shoulder length blonde hair, but the most stunning thing that you notice about him is that he has a large scar and he has one mechanical eye.
Okay. I'm going to try to quickly but quietly make my way over to Ken and Torin.
At,
Alright.
at this, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna kind of. Are you guys together?
I would likely, after staring at the board, I would have likely made my way over to Gael at that point. So I will be near her table, likely not sitting, but standing still, just kind of scanning the room.
Yeah, Ken would have gone to Gael and gone and sat next or stood next to her.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of come and like lumber over the party, like put some hands on, and be like, "All right, act totally natural, but there's a gnome back there. I was gonna say you see him, but don't look. Just keep looking forward and listen to my words. There is a gnome back there. I said don't look.
With the eye.
There is a gnome back there. Well, yeah, but you weren't. I gave like very specific instructions. You weren't supposed to look. Anyways,
Jesus. Okay,
he's
hey.
looking around, sizing us up. And I'm doing exactly what you said, and I didn't act. I wanted to go over and be like, "Oh, you! Why are you looking at me?"
He is
Mhm,
doing what you
mhm.
said, Ken.
No, and
Okay,
this is
cool.
perfect. This is no, I
But I
I
wanna
really
know-
appreciate this.
Yeah, well, I did it because it was my idea, not because
Absolutely.
it was your idea.
Oleg, he is the size of your foot. So, I don't know. Now that you've
You
come and
want me to
talked to
crush
us,
him?
well, no, not crush him, but why don't we go talk to him and you
Oleg,
lead?
you feel a tug on your armor, and you see a gnome standing
Oh,
behind.
shit.
And his eyes dart between you. You're in service of the queen, would that be correct?
That would be correct. Which eye do I look into?
They both will.
Oh, yep, that's on me. It's twice tonight. We are in service of the Queen. I am Oleg, the Colossal of the Ward Knights, and these are the people I'm with.
Recognize the armor I did, the bronze. And he leans in, and it's a conspiratorial whisper that he gives.
I like Slav squat down.
I seen something. He points to the magical eye. She's made of magic, sees things differently than the other.
Right.
Who's made of magic?
The eye.
Yeah, he gives you he like pulls his brows together, like his hand is still pointing to his eye. And just looks your way, dismisses the question without answering it, and looks to the other two, who he now assumes are in charge.
We are. Mostly me.
And who is made of magic, if I may ask?
No, no one's made of Oh God, Torin.
I'm just listening to him. Any tip is a good
Yes.
tip, Ken.
No, just listen. Do not. I'm sorry. Go on. You saw something.
I seen something. Yesterday, I was bustling through town, and I seen something that didn't make sense. This eye, she seen something that was was an elf, a dark-haired, handsome elf. This eye, she seen that man, and points to the sizzling magic board.
Holy shit.
Where did you see
Melancholy
him?
woman?
Leg.
No, he obviously had illusion magic placed over himself.
Right.
And
I mean, that was
where
the
did you
second
see him?
logical. So,
Which,
whereabouts did you see? Where did you go?
I seen him outside of Mercedes Provisions.
Mercedes Provisions.
Why would he need?
Didn't know at the time, but when the posters came true,
Did he buy anything? Did you see him with packages?
I'm sorry, sir, I wasn't paying attention. At the time, I just didn't know that he was being looked for.
Well, I mean, neither did we, to be fair. You did right coming to us, little master.
He gives you a nod, just doing my service.
The crown indeed owes you a great debt. Probably people write songs about you and stuff. Not as many as they write about us, but still.
Gaia
brow.
will reach into her pocketbook and pull out a few gold coins to hand to the gnome. Thank you so very much.
And he cups his hand over yours and pushes it back. Oh no, I'm a loyal servant of the crown, and I do my part as well.
Well,
Well, at least give us your name.
Well, my name's Torin.
Uh,
It existed before, and it's spelled differently, but
Holy shit,
Thorin.
you will never guess.
That's a good name.
the
That's a great
point
name.
is the best.
Torin Openfield.
Thorin, it's a pleasure to meet you, and we thank you for this information. Your service to the crown will be noted, and I will
Thank you.
personally let the queen know of what you've done here today.
You can see his tiny gnomish chest just puffs with pride.
May Solara bless you, dear gnome. Torin.
And also with you.
Which one?
Oh my
Not-
god, brother!
Obviously. Not you. Obviously, Torin. I had to pull my own chair out. So, not you. This fine gentleman.
God,
Thank you, milady. Thank you. And he kind of backs away and goes
Oh,
about
man.
his business.
You love to see a good Samaritan in times like these. It's just so rare that people take civic responsibility so seriously.
You know, I just thought of something.
Mm.
We may be going on this journey, but we did just meet two people who might be interested in tracking down our wayward mage.
Oh.
Mayhap we give them this information.
I feel like the barkeep and the wife are more likely interested in just running the bar.
No, I mean,
I mean,
Tell
they
you
would
what.
be good companions. They would be able to feed us, provide us with
Mhm.
beverages and refreshments between battle. Likely watch the
Absolutely.
blood
I
come
don't
up
think
on-
he's talking about the
Yes.
owners. Oh,
Oleg, Torin, I will be right back. I'm going to go inform the two people we met before. If you would both keep watch of Lady Gael. Lady Gael, I will buy the next round of drinks for you if you will just please stay here.
Lady Gael, your seat.
Hmm.
Mm.
She's already. And then she'll like pull Oleg down. Oleg, we need to work on what we call an inside voice. Your voice has a lot of bass and it carries, and I'm afraid the entire bar knows our plan.
So this is my inside voice. When you see me in battle, that was when I will use my outside voice.
I dread the
Right.
day. I dread the day.
All right. Yep.
No,
I
it's
personally
not
can't
an-
wait.
Let's bring
And
the
walks
op-
away.
down. Oleg, let's practice while Ken goes and I'm not sure what he's doing. Let's work on bringing that voice.
Look, what's like a practice sentence? Are we gonna do like voice exercises?
Yes, we're gonna start at the 0 level where we're just quiet, and we'll build from there. Let's try it. Let's try it for a few minutes. Just
Speaking of Oleg's booming voice, Anariel and Rush, you can make a perception check to see if you overheard what was said.
Barkeep, another drink, please.
13.
Forgot I was muted. 18. So sorry.
Sounds good. Rush, you are distracted because you notice that a lot of people in the bar are looking at Oleg's armor. So you were not listening because you're like, interesting. Wonder why they're doing that. Anariel, you are able to overhear after your conversation with Ken, you probably kept an eye on him and were therefore kind of tuned into the conversation. So you were able to overhear what the gnome told him.
Rush, did you hear that? That's pretty interesting.
How do people eat this much food?
I tell you not to eat so much. It makes your stomach hurt
bad.
later. Yeah.
Ken will come over at that point, and see Rush in the state that he's in. It's like, interesting. Did you overeat or are you just tuckered out?
I'm okay now.
That was quick.
I'm quick.
That's true.
Right.
I'm nervous.
I don't know if either of you heard,
Oh,
but
yeah, I heard. Yeah.
perfect.
No.
Your friend's
Perfect.
not quiet, but
No, he is not. I just wanted to make sure because I know there was some interest here in finding and getting the bounty for Voidbreaker. If you wish to, I guess, follow
Yep. Working.
that lead, I will maybe. I'm not supposed to throw my weight around outside of the kingdom, but I can put in a good word with the queen to maybe up the reward. Should you guys choose to do the legwork for this?
what'd you say, Rush? More money?
Oh, yeah.
More
I'm in.
fun? Yeah. We're in.
Very well. All right. Well then, once again, I'll leave you to your evening. Rush, your expenses have been paid for, as promised.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, where are we gonna
All right.
stay?
Bye.
Yeah, we probably should get a room. And I'll go up to the barkeep.
Perfect. Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, me and my little buddy, do you have any rooms for tonight? Yeah, him.
Indeed, we do. We've got one left. There is just one bed, though.
Is there a chair in there?
There's a chair. It's
Oh.
wooden.
That's no.
I'm really sorry.
I meant for her to sit. If that's all you have, then I guess we'll take it. How much is it?
That'll cost you 2 silver.
She'll pull it out and hand it to him.
All right. Thank you kindly, and he'll hand her a key. It'll be up on the 2nd floor there, first door on the right.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
I'd like to approach the barkeep as well.
Oh, sir. And he gives you a bit of a bow as you approach.
Oh, I never quite know what to do when people do that. Right. Who might I inquire? Who might I talk to regarding a ship coming into port today?
Well, always the harbor master. Otherwise, anyone at the port tends to know the comings and goings.
Very well. I was told that there were some rooms prepared for Lady Gael and her entourage.
At this
Those are
point, you hear from behind you his wife. Oh, yes, we've got it all taken care of for you. And she bustles over.
Perfect. You would be so kind as to make sure there's maybe some extra flowers or soaps, perfumes, anything that you have for Lady Gael's room specifically. Um, that would be
You'll
much
be happy
appreciated.
to know the queen was very specific when she sent her request in. The room is already prepared to Lady Gael's standards.
Your service is appreciated.
She gives a satisfied bow.
Um, thank you, and right. Have a good night.
Is there anything we can get for you?
Um, mm, no. Actually, hold on. You may be able to help me with something.
Indeed.
How would you feel about assisting me in having a little fun with my brother?
Uh, she leans heavily on the bar on one arm. I've got twin boys myself. I should love to help you have fun with your brother.
Fantastic. I'm going to order him a drink. If you can just make sure it is the strongest thing that you carry within the entire town.
You see her husband. A jug is set on the bar with a plop. You can tell by the sound that it makes that it is about just down to the dregs. Unlabeled.
Beautiful. I will pay handsomely to watch him accidentally drink this and either lose his mind entirely or get far too drunk. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate your service. It'll be good, and I'll hand them like a couple gold coins.
She chuckles as she gets to work mixing a drink.
I'll walk back up to Torin and I'll slap him on the shoulder, and just say, "Brother, I have to say I am quite proud of how you handled yourself today, and well, it's been a while. Why not celebrate?"
Are you sure we're still on duty?
We're in the safety of the city. Gael got here safely. We have Oleg as well. We're about to leave. I won't have more than one. You, please enjoy yourself. You deserve it.
Seems unlike you, but at the same time, I'm not going to turn down a little freedom.
What? You're telling me your older brother cannot have fun? Do you not remember half of our childhood?
Yeah, but I thought that the training took it out of you. You're so strict and proper now.
Brother. Ah, if anything, the training only made it worse. Please, two. One for my brother here.
In perfect timing, the twin brother who has been bouncing about the room comes in. He's talking to someone else while he's serving the drinks. This was ordered special for you, sir. I hope you enjoy it. Many people do. It's quite a favorite around here.
I will turn to Gael and start sipping at my own drink, but I'm gonna keep him in my sight.
Gael is looking at Oleg and she's like, Oleg, you're just talking slower. You're not talking lower.
Right, but to most who would be listening, it would be nearly impossible to discern
No.
what I am saying.
I don't think this trip is long enough for us to grasp this.
Okay, let's just agree to disagree. And
I, I,
Torin.
and
Oh, go ahead. Nope, finish up, Gail. Go
no,
ahead.
no, it's just I needed and
Yeah.
tap her glass and
Torin, make a Constitution save for me.
Karma is a wild thing. This is Great. You know it's a war I'm gonna win, right? You're starting early, but this is a
Let's
war I
go.
will win.
Yeah. I'm like,
Constitution is save. That's fantastic. That's a total of an 8.
As you are so excited that your brother has given you a bit of freedom, you think maybe that this could be the beginning of the friendship you guys used to have when you were younger, and you take a large pull of this drink, and it hits hard in the throat, and you cough it all over the table.
Everything all right, brother?
Great.
Gael, make a dex save.
Oh God.
Oh.
Swear to God, Torin. Eight as well.
Yeah, your dress is ruined.
Oh, Torin,
no.
come on. Over the
Sorry,
lady's
guys.
dress?
Wrong pipe, I think.
Uh-huh. Can't even hold your own liquor.
Oh, sorry about
Lady
that.
Gael, I am so sorry.
This is imported silk, gentlemen.
Imported
And
silk, Torin.
I do have an extra cloak back on horse too. I could go get it.
No. Lady Gael's room has been prepared and her things are there. I will escort her to her room.
she looks like she's gonna say something to Torin and Oleg, and she'll just walk.
As she walks away to clear Torrance, though, he's going to attempt a second drink.
Another Constitution save.
Yeah. The 23. It's better.
Okay.
It's a lot better. I'll take that.
Absolutely. You're ready for it this time. And although it's still you feel it, but you grit your teeth and it goes down.
Strong stuff. Strong stuff.
Ken, before Ken walks away, he'll look to Torin and just wink at him, hold up his own drink, and finish it off. And walk away with Gael.
Did you get the same drink?
No, I got something way softer. Made sure of it.
Torrance just gonna take a look at his mug and just reel back from it one more time. Like, there's no way his brother would do this, right? I don't know if he's
No way.
con save for another
You're welcome to insight check if you want to see if there was foul play.
I'm not even gonna do a sleight of hand. I ain't doing nothing. Let him find out.
He'll insight and check that drink. Yeah. No, he's not. He's gonna roll a 7. It's just a
Your brother
strong
would never.
drink.
Yeah, it's no. It's maybe this part of town. Maybe that's, I don't know. So popular. That must be the
Thanks
signature cocktail.
Thanks for the drink.
He also didn't pay.
Oh no.
Anariel and Rush. Anything you guys are doing, or are you heading to your room?
The room with the chair.
Still, the room with the chair.
She would wait to see what Rush wants to do.
I am pretty tired. I'm full.
Then let's get you into bed. Is
We went
this
for night nights.
is this tavern like a 24-hour type situation, or is it like close at a certain time?
The owners live on site, so if there was an emergency, you could wake them from their room. But it wouldn't be like open, per se.
Okay, then yeah, she'll follow him up to the bedroom.
All right. And the rest of the gang.
I'm catching up to Gael, and as I get to her, as I'm getting closer to her, I'm just gonna say, Gael, slow down, please.
I cannot be seen like this.
I know. Yes. I know the sanctity of your image. I understand. I need. Just think about it. It's just like you're a part of one of my stories, right? There was something funny that happened in a tavern, right? It's something you always wanted to be a part of.
Ken, I love your stories, and it's a life I've never had. However, this could we have been in a cleaner story, perhaps, where Torn didn't throw up all over the table? It was.
Well, technically, he didn't throw up. Technically, he just spit most of his drink out on you.
You know, Ken, this is not very becoming.
This isn't becoming. Did you not see Torrin's face? That wasn't becoming.
What did you give him?
Oh, I found the worst possible drink that they have.
Oh, well,
Yes.
perhaps it'll help him with his etiquette.
I doubt it. That boy hasn't learned etiquette in years.
Oh, he might be hopeless, Ken.
I'll hold out hope still, but look, I'm sorry if it seemed like I didn't want to come on this journey before. I assure you, that was not the case.
I understand. I do. You take your position very seriously, and that's something that I've always found endearing about you. Your sense of duty, your sense of position has always been a redeeming quality, of course.
I'd be lying if I didn't say was excited. I feel like ever since me and Torrin came here, we have been slowly drifting apart. Regardless of his closeness to you and our friendship, he's becoming a different person, and I'm missing it.
Hmm. Well, hopefully, the proximity that we have to share will give way to a newfound friendship, relationship. Who knows?
With Torrin?
Yes.
I should hope not.
Why?
I would feel like that would be obvious.
Pretend that my perception was at an all-time low and explain it to me.
I feel like you need to explain it to me.
So you and I are not talking about the same thing. How much have I had to drink? How much have you had to drink?
I assure you, I've had the one, but you were at that bar for quite some time.
Listen, listening to Oleg bellow out the things that he is.
Oh, Oleg this, Oleg that. You can't keep blaming everything on him this whole journey.
I am a noble woman of good standing. I can do whatever I please.
You and I both know that the noble woman of great standing ends as soon as you walk out of a palace.
The audacity, Ken. The audacity.
This is your room.
Yes. Where will you three be located? I'm assuming Oleg is sleeping in the barn, but I don't know if they have beds big enough to accommodate him.
I will be right outside your door. At some point, Torin and Oleg will join me, and I will hopefully get to sleep. But knowing Torin's love of drink, and I don't actually know if Oleg even knows that we need to guard you through the night. I will probably be just right here.
I feel as though that the drink would not take him in his size. We would need a barrel.
I've drank with orcs before. That it does. It gets rowdy.
Please. I need my beauty sleep. I cannot. I'm building my patience to see the beauty in Oleg and everything that he has to offer the world. I will say I am struggling. So, please let me sleep. I hope that he sleeps and that Solinar blesses us with the dawn in the morning because this is going to be a long trip.
See you in the morning, Lady Gaia.
Good night, Ken.
Good night.
And she starts.
And Ken will just
Yeah.
Ken will just take up post outside her door.
And he hears her just rummaging around and not so under her breath. Imported silk. Really, Torn? You could have spit in the other direction. You could have spit anywhere else, but and just throwing stuff.
Oh,
So, Doran, now that you're all liquored up, what you say we step out of this place and go, not like in a sexy way, so just pump the brakes. Doran, what you say we go have a look-see outside at that store where they sell Malachar? Right? We could be, I know you're out there to prove yourself. I know you want to get a one-up on a big brother. He is a strapping one. But you, Torin, you and me, we could be the one that catch him. Right?
I am rather keen on what he was doing there. Why not? I'm sure he's posted up by now. He won't miss me. I'll assume I'm at the bar. Let's
We
make haste.
grab
but-
you another drink. We grab horse 2 up, and we just go stroll on over there and wrap this thing up.
For some reason, I think I'll be good without another, but we can go.
All right. You are making your way.
Just like a light peek, not like a big diversion. Just want to see if there's anything interesting.
Okay. I assume that Oleg, you probably have not been to this town before.
That is correct.
It's relatively likely, Torin, that you probably would have just been. It's the other main port city. So if you want, you can do a, we'll say, intelligence check to see if you remember kind of the layout of the town.
Okay.
Intelligence or survival, you can choose.
I think we'll go with survival and hope for a little better. 13 on survival.
All right. You know the shopping district is what you can get to. You can get to the shopping district, not specifically Mercedes Provisions, but you can get to the store. Stores.
Would there be people on the street sort of wandering around?
Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty nice evening, so there's people outside.
Likely as we get to the shopping distance, Torn will sort of stop whoever's closest sort of at random and just go, apologies to interrupt your evening. I was just wondering, do you know where Mercedes Provisions is?
You can see this dwarf who you stopped. He's walking with a female dwarf, and he looks up at you and he gives a sniff. You've been drinking, Torin. You've been drinking? Sniffs it again.
I mean, he's honestly kind of drunk right now, but
It was just the one, I think.
I mean, we're looking to do a little impulse shopping. Here, the Mercedes Provisions has the finest of goods in this entire.
Oh, Mercedes Provisions. Just over the street. Although I think she's closed now.
Oh, we'll just do a bit of window shopping then. Oh, thank you kindly.
Appreciate it. And he'll turn and start meandering off towards where he pointed.
All right. Make a perception check.
14.
14. Torin, are your ears pointed or round?
They would be pointed.
Okay. Mutters you with a 14. You hear the dwarf shaking his head and muttering something about what's an elf doing drinking that shit.
I'll call back in Dwarvish and I'll go, it was free.
And he'll give you a thoughtful nod and be like, that makes sense. And continues about his walk.
Right, so we're so close to catching him, we can basically smell him at this point. Now, it's important to remember, my inebriated friend, that he could be dressed as anyone. He could be a lady. He could be a taller lady. He could be my horse.
Is he your
Unlikely on the
horse?
horse, the rest of it is possible.
Ah, I see. I see. Yes, Malakar is quite cunning. I can promise you that.
You know him.
Yes. I had my run-ins with him from time to time. You know, being in the castle and such.
Right. Hmm. So you're not going to have any issue running him through then with that great sword if you had to. I mean, if it comes up, it's probably going to come up.
He's betrayed the capital. Ideally, we deliver him alive to the queen, but duty is duty, and if it comes to battle, then it comes to battle.
Duty is duty. Yep, I love the spirit. Just want to make sure we're on the same page before we.
Of course.
No. Right. So yeah, we just kind of keep walking.
Right.
Till we see a sign or something.
As you head in the general direction, you do see now you come upon a shop. There are a large wooden sign swings outside. You can see that it's engraved with the shop's names, Mercedes Provisions, and then you can see carved into it are two dogs. You see one that looks to be white like a yellow lab, and then one looks to be a black lab, and they are touching noses on the sign. And the sign just sways gently in the breeze, but the lights do appear to be off.
Oh, dicks, they're closed. I mean,
Well, the dwarf
was
did say they were closed.
Yeah, but I don't know. He seems sketchy. Should we have just like a quick look around the perimeter of the store, and we could just? I mean, it could have been Malakov for all we know, but
So why don't you go that way, and I'll go that way, and then we'll see what we find. We'll meet back here.
you're on. Now remember, he could be anyone. And
I won't
also,
forget.
just don't forget you're drunk. Like when you take out the sword, be like super sure before you start cleaving into people, right?
Don't worry, I was trained for this. It'll be fine, I promise.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. So if you are you looking for anything in particular?
I think Torn would look specifically for traces of his magic. I think with his proximity, he would be rather tuned in on what Malakar's magic would sort of be like.
I think Oleg would be doing the same, not tuned in on Malakar's magic specifically, but knowing that the Ward Knights are sort of trained against like extra planar threats, that he would also be looking for signs of magic, though he might not understand how it works.
As both of you kind of open your senses to feel around for magical signatures, you both know that it's not uncommon for wielders to live in the city. And you do pick up there's a couple magical items luckily pulsing or likely pulsing from inside the shop. And roll Torin specifically, since you would be familiar, roll an Arcana check for me.
A 12.
There's a lot of residual magic residue in the area, just because it's not uncommon to be a caster.
Hmm. Would nah, never mind. Never mind. Sorry.
Assuming I also do not find anything.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yep. the DC is too high to bother dropping the mask off. Okay. I like to think we meet in the middle, in the back, like finally having gotten there.
Hmm.
Right, did you find him?
Not much. There's too much residual magic in the area. It's a high traffic point. Nothing,
Right.
nothing here. I don't think he disguised himself as a box.
Well, I hate to say we've done all we can do, but I feel like we made good progress here today. Perhaps we sleep it off and check in morning's light.
Well, sleep while you can. You know, we do still have to guard the lady. That's part of it.
Right. Okay, well,
We'll be sure to wake you up. I'm sure.
yeah.
Ken's real fond of his sleep, you know.
Right. Yeah, I'm on it. You can trust me. Ever vigilant we are. War Knights, we know not from where the enemy will strike, only that he will strike.
You
And all
really know your mantras. Must have
that. I
taken
mean,
you ages to
we're
read.
like super into it. You see, that one is actually written. It's like etched in back here. Ending
Oh,
part is actually sort of scratched off. He might have even
uh,
died writing that.
oh, I see. I see.
Yeah. But I mean, your runes are cool too. I
I
like your
appreciate it.
over
I did them
decoration.
myself.
They are, yeah, not legible, but like the energy.
Pretty sure they're fairly legible. This one here is for power. It's it's probably one of my best ones.
Honestly, it looks like a deck.
How much did you drink tonight? This is an art form.
No, I mean, we don't, the War Knights, we do not drink. As I said previously, we know not from what the enemy will strike, only that he will strike. We are ever vigilant. We are the eyes in the darkness, Torin.
I remember your mantras. I've
Yeah.
read your
Our
histories.
blades extinguish the wicked. It's like
I
you're not even
I
paying
can
attention.
promise this says power right here.
Yeah. It's a powerful penis, Torin. It's a powerful dick.
Give up.
You know what, Oleg? I I think the bed is calling my name. I'm pretty sure I can hear it. Let's wander
Okay.
back.
Boss Tua, let's bring it home. We don't know what we can do here tonight.
All right, you make your way back. You find your room. Your things have already been hauled up there. Your chests. And as you tuck in for the night, Anariel, as you are drifting off to sleep, the very last thing you hear, another voice you're so familiar with, whispering through your mind. Sweet dreams, pet. And that is where we will leave the session off for today. Thanks for
Fantastic.
watching,
That was so
everybody.
good.
See you next week, everyone.
That was
God.
great.
It was a great time.
It was so
Yep.
fun.
Does
Fantastic.
anybody need aftercare from that? I think we need aftercare.
I need aftercare from penis power. That's what I need.
Actually, after I said it, I was like, "Is that okay? Am I allowed to say penis power?"
Oh,
have
you
the mature
absolutely
language.
are, and I cannot wait for you to yell, Torin, use your power penis.
Power penis.
Activate the dick ruin.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah,
god.
okay.
It was a great time.
Oh.
Uh,
It only
Wow.
gets worse from here with the runes, I'm gonna be real. But
Very
Yeah.
we're gonna see what happens.
thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for
thanks
coming, guys. Appreciate
It's
it.
been great.
Yay. Hopefully
Cannot
you
wait
had
for
fun.
next week.